Hey, Angelo.
Hey, Dan. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good.
We'll see if anybody shows up for this morning meeting.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'll be like a private meeting.
Okay.
Go really fast. Did you come on? You were there on Tuesday, right? Or no?
No.
No, you missed it. That's the first one you missed, I think.
No, Tuesday is not a great day for me because, usually in the afternoon I have a video call for work.
Oh, okay.
And, being that my company is based in the US, I usually have this kind of meetings in the afternoon,
Yeah.
mid-afternoon, or late afternoon or something like that.
It was a long one. We went for like over 3 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was insane. It was cool because there's what we did Everything Happens to Me, and it's like it's pretty the structure is fairly simple, but we tried to get all the chord qualities, and I think we got very close to like having everything right, but it took us a while.
Yeah, I played it for Musica Insieme this year. So basically,
you know it.
Yeah, I know it. And probably
interesting to see if you know the same one that we know now. Because I checked a couple different versions, and some there's like immediately like some pretty apparent differences, and it's really neat. I feel like I'm like I think we're all getting better, but I feel like I've been learning probably more than anybody else. I'm a little bit more ahead, like further ahead, but I'm like starting to pick up a lot of details that I didn't notice before, just because it's kind of like doing exercises. You're like in forma.
Okay. Today it's time after time, correct?
Yeah. Do you know that one?
Yeah, as probably everyone, I know the version from the pop version from who was singing that. Cyndi Lauper, probably.
Cyndi Lauper, yeah.
Yeah, and I heard another couple of versions, one from Miles and another one. Talking Party. Yeah, I know that version as well.
I didn't know about that one at all.
Yeah, it's just guitar and voice.
Right.
So probably it's not the best one to transcribe. Considering that you use something like 1 million voices per bar. So.
Right. Yeah. Hey,
Nikki.
Can you hear us? We can't hear you.
Hi.
Hey. Welcome back. Nice to see you. Yeah, I don't know that one at all. I was thinking about working on the Chet Baker version today.
Okay.
There's a couple different versions. I also found like a pretty old, like kind of older, like pop style arrangement we could look at too if we want. Well, let's see. I'm not sure if we should kill any more time and wait, or if this is just going to be the three of us today, which would be interesting actually. Let's see how quickly we can move with just three, or maybe we could dive deeper into some things. Let me find the version I was looking at yesterday. The other thing that I thought was interesting is there's I don't know if you guys listen to the Frank Sinatra version as well, but that's like it's pretty heavily simplified in some ways compared to the other versions that I heard.
No, I don't know it.
Okay. Well, it might be that we can get through it pretty fast, and then if we get through it quick, because it's fairly simple. If we get through it quick, then we could go back and check it with a couple other versions and see how fast we can kind of like figure out what the differences are. That might be kind of cool if we have time. So, well, why don't we get started? It's 10:36 now. I think anybody that wants to show up, there might be some people showing up late, but we can kind of start right off the bat. Let me get the sound share set up. Okay, let's see how the volume is. How's this volume-wise? Is it too low, too high?
Maybe it's a bit too loud.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me turn I'm gonna see if I can get the mic a little bit louder because if I turn this down, I won't be able to hear it at all. So you guys have to transcribe without my help.
We can hear you.
You can hear me?
No.
No, it's.
I wonder if they turned down my mic volume when I have a share on. Let's see. Is this more? You can hear my mic louder, I presume now.
Yeah, be
Yeah.
better.
Okay, just a second. I'm gonna see if I can get this figured out. Changing anything? Check.
Better,
check.
better. Louder,
Check.
louder.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I wonder if I maybe just like figured out something that was creating problems for us for a long time. Now I'm going to try it again with the music and we'll see if it changes anything.
Okay.
Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Yeah. Is the music a good volume or is it too quiet or too loud?
For me, it's okay.
Quite okay.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to start over. Here we go. We'll start over at the beginning. And I think we can listen to the whole performance and you guys can start to like lay everything out and then we'll go back and maybe loop the A section. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. So lucky to be the one you run to see in the evening when the day is through. I only know what I know. The passing years will show. You've kept my love so young, so new. And time after time, you hear me say that I'm so lucky to be loving
Did you guys recognize that sound at the end? The way it got kind of weird sounding?
Nope.
That was tape. That's the sound of a tape that's about to die, or it's gotten like kind of twisted and stuff. Check this out. I'll play it for you again. It's pretty cool, I think. Actually, you never hear that anymore. Hear that kind of. It gets worse and worse. That's like a tape that's probably been folded over. It's gotten like pulled out of the cassette.
I thought it was a problem with Zoom.
No, it's a. I mean, well, it's not. It's the same every time I listen to it. So no, that's. I think that's the sound of tape. I mean, it reminds me of that sound. I used to hear that a lot because I listened to a lot of music on cassettes when I was growing up. Maybe you did as well. I guess Mickey, I'm guessing that's a little bit like before your time, probably.
But I hear, when I hear piano, I can recognize it. I hear it's there.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, a lot of piano because there's this thing. They have these measurements for tape machines called wow and flutter. And flutter is this kind of like it's like this really fast vibrato. And that's when they have like maybe you have like a little wheel that's not exactly round or it's a little dirty. That makes it go. It has this kind of like vibrato thing. And wow is like the long term, like slowing and speeding up. So it's like things getting gradually slower and faster. And those are measured as a baseline for tape machines. And a better tape machine has lower wow and lower flutter. But this to me sounds like a damaged cassette. So anyway, all right. Did you guys I imagine you figured out the form. Maybe you finished transcribing it. I mostly finished transcribing it. Did you guys have the form?
Well, it seems to me, maybe, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. What about you, Miki? Do you have the form?
I'm not sure.
It's a little different than, it's kind of like something that we are familiar with, but it's a little bit different. right? Do you guys want to listen to it again and then we'll talk
Yeah.
about it?
So if you say it's a
Yeah.
bit different, then I do not have the form.
I mean, okay. Well, maybe, I mean, it's not that much different. But I guess maybe the proportions are different than we would normally expect, even though the duration is the same as what we would expect. So I don't want to talk about too much yet. Let's listen to it again. We'll just listen to the beginning section of it, and then we'll talk about what's here.
Time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. So lucky to be the one you run to see in the evening when the day is through. I only know what I know. The passing years will show. You've kept my love so young, so new. And time after time, you hear me say that I'm so lucky to be loving you. After time, time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. So lucky to be the one you run to see in the evening when the day is through. I only know what I know. The passing years will show. You've kept my love so young, so new. And time after time, you hear me say that I'm so lucky to be loving you.
Okay, let's talk about the form. Did you guys figure it out or no? You still stuck? You still feeling strange, confused?
Well, I can say what this seems to me.
Okay. Okay, don't say it yet. Miki, how you doing?
Yeah, I think I have an idea.
Okay.
I don't know
all
where
right, well,
to
why don't you-
divide.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's like well, why don't you guys go ahead then and say your ideas? It seems like you both have an idea, so go ahead.
I think it's like ABAB, or it's just repeated,
Okay.
sort of.
Yeah, I think something similar, because I would have said something like A B A1, probably C, because
Okay.
it doesn't seem so similar to the B.
Right.
But probably it's a B1. But I think, yeah.
Okay. So we
Uh,
could go ahead, Miki.
I thought like first I thought A and then A different.
A and then A
Like
different.
there's
Yeah, I
no
mean,
B.
yeah.
Yeah. I said A and A1 just because I think that the last part of A is a bit different from the last part
Yeah.
of the first.
Okay. In any case, it's kind of like symmetrical, like you can divide it in half, right?
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
kind of like the first repetition happens at halfway through, right?
yeah.
Okay. So, and what's like a common song? What's like the most common form of like a song in which has that characteristic? You know, what would be the most like banal option?
The song that could be divided.
So,
in-
like, there's like
It's
the
like
basic song forms. We usually have either like we have like we almost always have 4 sections, right?
yeah,
And we have like they're usually 4 8-bar sections, and we either usually repeat the section right away, and that would be like an AABA, or we repeat it halfway through, and what would we call that usually?
yeah.
What's the one where we repeat like where it's kind of divided in half, like this one?
binary form.
Yeah, that sounds like pretty like advanced classical theory. I call it ABAC, right?
Yes.
ABAC. That's like a common like form for me.
Yeah, I would have said
Yeah.
ABAC, even if it seems to me that there are some difference in the second A if compared with the first one.
I'm gonna do something really quick just to show you. This is something I figured out the other day. I mean, it's probably like pretty obvious to everybody, but it was interesting to me to actually think about it in this way. I'm just gonna write something on my sheet here. So there's one thing I was thinking about. I was discussing the how like rhythmic importance is decided, like the importance of kind of form, and how the enormous majority, at least on a formal level, of our music in pop music, and this is I certainly don't know enough about classical analysis to say if this is true or not. I think it's a little bit more complex than this, but I would say like kind of within the standard repertoire at least, and a huge amount of like rhythmic stuff, everything can be it's kind of like a fractal where you can keep dividing stuff down and it always kind of obeys the sense of symmetry, or you can keep expanding things out and it always obeys the sense of symmetry. So one of the things I noticed with that when I was analyzing forms the other day with a student, was that if we do AABA, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's always something halfway through, something important happens, right? This is the halfway point. In the case of AABA, halfway through something new happens, right? Whereas in the case of ABAC, halfway through something repeats for the first time.
Yeah.
So this one we have a repetition, and then this is also divided. We have, if we divide this to, we have a repetition here, so there's something important happening here as well. And in this case, we have something new at B, so there's something important happening as well. And the same is here. So these are kind of like these perfect like examples of always doing something to kind of recapture your attention at a halfway point, And each section also, we've seen this in other transcriptions, but a lot of times each section, it continues to obey these rules that like halfway through, there's going to be something interesting, or there's going to be some point of arrival or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. So I would say this is definitely more like this form than this form, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of, to me, I think of this as like a modified ABAC form. Okay. And does anybody do you guys want to listen to it a few more times before we talk about it in detail? Do you think you'll make some progress on your own if we just listen to it a few times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. All right, let's go. We'll just listen to it a couple times. Just a second. There we go.
Time after time. passing years will show you've kept my love so young, so new. And time after time, you hear me say that I'm so lucky to be loving you. Time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. So lucky to be the one you run to see in the evening when the day is through. I only know what I know. The passing years will show you've kept my love so young, so new. And time after time, you hear me say that I'm so lucky to be loving
Okay. Any more? Did you guys figure out some more things?
Yeah, I was just focusing on the A section.
Okay. Just focusing on the A section. How about you, Miki?
I'm because of the form that is now clear. I know
You're
more stuff,
confused.
but then more confused because
Okay.
sometimes
So I
I'm
think maybe,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, they are
Sometimes.
like I confuse 3 and 1. So
Okay.
like
Yeah, that's
those,
that.
yeah.
That can happen. So also, the interesting thing about this is, well, I guess, yeah, that's like an important thing to understand. But also, you have to keep in mind that 3 and 1 are kind of interchangeable.
Yeah.
We talked about that a lot,
Yeah.
I think, in the last few sessions. So it could also be a choice that maybe the bass player makes. You know, that's like it's not necessarily like something they decided ahead of time. It might be something that they're doing in the moment as they prefer. So. Why don't we do this? Let's listen to the first A section several times. I'll loop that several times, and maybe we can all focus on that. And then we'll listen to the second A section several times. Maybe that will help make the form a little bit clearer. Okay. Here we go. This is going to be the first A section.
after time. Time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be the one you run to see. Time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. Time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. So lucky after time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. So lucky to time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. So lucky to
How you doing?
There's something that I can't figure out.
Okay. It's pretty funny because Miki was like, for some reason she was on my screen the whole time, and I never actually, usually when I'm listening to it, I'm usually transcribing it, you know? So I'm like worried about like looping sections. So I'm always looking at YouTube, but now I was watching Zoom because I'm done. And I saw Miki going, so I'm guessing that she's not quite done yet, but
Because I'm keep changing.
you keep changing your mind. Okay.
Yes, I don't know why.
All right. Well, let's do this. Before we talk about this A section, let's listen to the second A section for a little while, and hopefully, I mean, I think this will be also because we're saying this might help also make it clear what the form is. Okay, it might become a little bit clear. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go ahead and listen to the second A section a little bit. Also, well, first of all, why don't we talk about this? Do we know if it's in major or minor? I imagine you guys have figured that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, Miki?
It sounds major.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
Major.
major.
Okay. Good. All right. So now we're going to listen to the second A section a bunch of times, and then we'll start to talk about it a little bit more. Okay. Here we go.
I only know what I know. The passing years will show. You've kept my love so young, so new. And I only know what I know. The passing years will show. You've kept my love so young, so new. And I passing years will show you've kept my love so young, so new. And I only know what I know. The passing years will show you've kept my love so young, so new. And time after time, I only know what I know. The passing years will show you've kept my love so young, so new. Only know what I know. The passing years will show you've kept my love so young, so new. And
How you doing?
No, it's more clear, I think.
Now it's more clear. How about you, Angelo?
Not for me,
Not
but
for you.
that's okay. Let's
Okay.
talk about that.
All right, let's talk about, so first of all, are the first day and the second day the same or not?
No.
No,
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, where do they?
almost.
Well, I mean, kind of.
Not,
No,
I don't think it's
ahead.
really the same.
Yeah, I think
It's
they're,
quite different.
I think they're pretty different. Let's talk about where they change. Where's the, do you know where they change, Angelo?
I think that the change happens in bar 5.
Okay, what about you, Miki?
Yeah, like from WA 5, I think.
Okay. So if Mickey's saying, you're saying from bar 5 on, it's completely different from the first day, is that right?
I think it's going to different place, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm confused.
Okay, what about you, Angelo? Did you feel the
Yeah,
same?
I totally agree, because I feel like the first 5 bars are almost the same. Probably something happens by the end of bar 5, but then moving to something which is completely different.
Right, okay. Okay. So why don't we do this? Did either of you finish like one of the A sections? Hi, Kavi.
I think I finished the second day.
You finished the second
first,
A.
yeah, but first way I'm confused because of the second day. I
Okay.
think.
How about you, Angelo? Did you finish either of the A sections?
No.
Okay.
I just probably figure out the first 5 bars, but
Okay. Oop, my cat just knocked over my camera. Sorry. You said you just finished out the first 5 bars.
yeah, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Well, why don't we do this? Let's work on the first A, and let's see if we can figure out where the first A is going. Okay.
Okay.
Does everybody have the first 4 bars down?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mickey, you got them down too? Well, why don't we talk about the first 4 bars? If you both feel like you have them, let's talk about those, because that way we can at least have some stuff on the sheet that we know what it is. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So where's the first, what's the first chord?
It's 1 for me.
What do you think, Mickey?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1. Okay. And just a second, I'm gonna get my camera down on my sheet here. guys see it?
Yes.
Okay. So we have a 1, and then how many chords do we have in each bar?
2 chords per bar.
2 chords per bar. Do you agree, Miki?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So then the form is 32 bars, right? I just want to make sure about that. That's the way I laid mine out. Okay, so what's the next chord?
6.
6. Okay, what kind of 6? Do you guys know, or are you not sure yet?
I'm not sure.
Okay, then let's just move on. What's the next chord?
2.
You agree?
Yeah, I just added it the wrong
Okay.
way, but that's okay.
What's the next chord?
5.
Yeah.
5. Okay. Then what?
I think it repeats.
Everything is the same. Do you agree, Angelo?
Yeah. You know,
For 2 bars?
I wrote down 3, but probably that's what you were talking before. Yeah, probably I heard a 3, but that's almost the same thing as you said.
Okay. So why don't we do this 1 or 3? Then we can figure out which one of those it is later. And then 6, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
2, 5.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it does something else, right? Do you guys know what happens at the beginning of this bar? Don't say what it is, but do you know?
I think so.
How about you, Angelo?
I heard a resolution, but you know, I would have said 1, but
What about you, Miki?
Yeah.
1, do you agree? Okay, let's put 1. All right, and then from here on out, things get a little bit funny, right? For some, you're not both sure about this, right? What happens here?
yeah, it depends on the point of view what funny means, but yeah.
All right, so why don't we do this? We'll listen from the beginning of the A section, and then I'll start looping from here, and we'll listen like from here to the beginning of the B section a number of times. Okay.
Okay.
And I think again, like as usual, I think it might be really useful to try to figure out what's happening here and then work backwards as well. Okay, that's like, you know, think about both options. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky.
So, how you doing? Did you guys figure out where it's going in B? Don't say what it is, but did you figure it out?
I think so.
Nope.
How about you, Fabi?
I
Fabi's not
think
going to talk to us
connection.
today.
I think connection is she's frozen.
Yeah, it looks
Yes.
like it. Yeah, she's either frozen or she's really good at sitting still.
I would go for the second option.
Yeah, just a second. Let's see. It sounds like she's trying to talk to us. Hello?
Yeah.
Fabi?
Hey,
Can't
It's
understand.
impossible to hear.
Yeah, I can't understand any words. I can tell you're talking. You might need to move your hotspot or something like that, Kavi. We can't hear you at all. Or see if you're moving. It just looks like you.
I think I got it.
What?
She thinks you got something.
Yeah? Okay.
But where to go?
It's the-
I can't tell. Sorry, Kavi. We're gonna have to kind of go on unless you can figure out how to get your connection going a little better. We're gonna have to kind of move on. I can't understand. We can't understand anything you're saying, and I can't. Well, your camera's off now, and you're muted. Okay. Well, so see if you can get that figured out. Oh, I think I just saw you move. Hey.
Yeah, no, I was saying I got it. I got it.
Okay, good. Welcome. Welcome here. Okay. So I'm sorry, I got kind of distracted. Do you guys know where we're going in B? Miki says she thinks she knows. Angelo, you sounded like you were unsure.
Yeah.
How about you, Kavi? Did you figure it out?
That's what I was saying I got it.
What's that?
I don't know, I can't hear. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah. Yeah, I can hear you
I
now.
was saying I got it.
You
I
think
got
you
it.
Okay. All right. So, Angelo, let's listen to it. Let's take a second. We're going to listen to it together. Can we all please sing one?
I don't think so.
No.
Sing what?
Can I listen to it again? I'm not a singer, you know.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
So
Okay.
You started off right, and then you went sharp.
Yeah, I'm not a singer.
Okay. Well, the thing is, we have to memorize.
That's such an excuse.
Yeah, that's not an excuse. That is not an excuse, though. That's the thing is we have to memorize. That's
I'm
like a really important skill, Angelo, and I think that's something that you should kind of like work on when you're listening.
Yeah.
You know, this is something that you can kind of like exercise to yourself. I think as you're listening to songs, once you figure out where the one is, just think about like stopping the song anywhere you are in the song and like sing the one and check yourself
Okay.
on the piano. Okay. That's like a good, I think that's like a good exercise, you know?
Okay.
Because it would be ideally, that's like the thing that's going to help, I think, improve your accuracy. Not just you, all of us, you know, if we can memorize what one sounds like and have the one available anytime in the song that we stop it, I think that'll really help us. And it'll help you also as you're playing, you know, I'm realizing now the more I'm doing this, that I'm so much more aware of like the quality of chords that are happening and what kind of alterations that are happening in the piano and stuff like that. I feel like I've learned so much from doing this. And I think part of that is also really getting a really solid sense of where the one is. So, okay. So who, you want to try to sing the one for us, Kavi?
Can I say like a kind of funny thing? Like
Yeah.
it's just kind of unrelated. When you say solid, it sounds like you're saying salad. I just
Salad.
like, yeah, no, it's just like it's. I mean, obviously, like I have like a Kenyan accent, but it's fine.
I'll try to say solid. Solid.
Solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you sing the one for us, Kavi? Okay. What do you think, Miki?
Yeah, I agree.
What about you, Angelo?
Yeah, I agree.
No. All right, that's one. Okay. All right, so now let's keep that in our heads. Let's sing a 1, 2, 5, 1. 1.
Do,
No. Let's try singing the scale. Yeah. Then.
No, I'm thinking a three.
Okay.
All right. Let's do this. Let's sing the scale. We'll sing the scale with numbers. Okay. 1,
The 1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
1.
1,
Okay. Now let's sing a 1, 2, 5, 1. Okay. 1,
1,
2,
2,
5,
5, no, 2, 5, 1.
Right. Okay. So Angelo, if you're, I feel like a lot of times, you know, have a little bit of difficulty with this. Are you using that trick that I said where you kind of sing the notes that you're not going to play to yourself? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. I do
Okay.
that a lot in my head. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 7,
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 7, 3. You know, all these things. I'm singing all the notes in the middle to myself if I'm having a little difficulty. Okay.
Okay.
So I recommend you do that. All right. So now what I want to do, let's sing 1 again.
1.
1. Yeah, you got you went a little bit sharp, but that was pretty close. Okay. 1. So keep that in your head. 1. Okay, we're gonna listen. I'm gonna try to start it here. Okay, so we'll have the 1 in the bass, and I want you guys to keep the 1 going, and then keep it going here, and then I want you to check where we are when we get to B. Okay. So I'll try to find that spot. 1.
So lucky to be loving you.
1.
1. I
Okay.
totally know where it's going.
Okay. It sounds like, I think Miki and Kavi feel like they had it already. So you want to tell us what you think, Angelo?
I think that it is it's going to 7.
Okay. What do you guys think, Miki and Kavi?
I don't agree.
Disagree. I disagree as well. Okay. Let's do this. Let's sing 1.
1.
1. Okay. Yeah, it seems like you tend to want to go a little bit sharp, Angelo.
Okay.
It's not that you're singing the wrong note, but you're like singing like a pretty sharp version of that note. So let's sing 1.
1.
Okay, we have that. Now let's listen to this note. Sing that bass note.
It's 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to the piano, Angelo. Sing the bass. You're hearing the piano voices, Angelo.
Yeah, it seems to me that the piano voices are 3, 2, 1. No, it's not.
Yeah,
they're
but
two.
piano is yes, I think so.
No, not 3, 2, 1. It's 2, flat 2, 1.
Yes, exactly.
2,
okay.
flat 2, 1.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. But the first thing we got to pay attention to is the bass, okay? And I think that's. Have you tried transcribing some bass lines, Angelo?
No.
Okay. Well, why don't you do that? Maybe for the try to do that this week if you get the chance. Like transcribe a
Okay.
chorus of bass, okay? But it should be walking, like walking bass. And I would do it on something slow like this, like transcribe the exact bass notes that they're playing. Actually, if you do that a couple times a week, I think that will really improve the precision of your ability to pick out bass notes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's listen to this again. That's the bass note of B. Okay. Can you guys sing one? Everybody's muted.
One.
One.
It's a minor third.
It's a minor third, yeah. What do we have? It's a descending minor third, right?
Yeah.
So
we're moving to 6.
that's right. Right? Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what do we expect to have before a minor 6?
I have idea.
It seems to me there's some kind of resolution. I'm not sure if it's to 5 and minor moving to 6.
Well, what's the most basic way to get to a minor 6 if we start in major 1?
3, 7. That's it.
3, 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 7, 6, 3, 7, 6.
But 3, 7, I meant like dominant, 3 dominant.
Ah, okay. I thought you. Okay, sorry, I didn't understand. Right. Okay. So yeah, that's correct. You guys agree? Like it would be the 5 of 6, right? 3 dominant.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 5 of 6.
And what if we were? What would we maybe put before that?
7.
The 2 of 6.
Right, which would be the 7, right?
Yeah.
And what quality
exactly.
would it have?
Well, my first assumption is that it's resolved into minor, so it would be something like half diminished.
Right, and also the other nice thing about half diminished is that it's diatonic to the home scale, right?
Yeah, because it's a
if we're in
7.
C major, then the B 7th chord would be a B half diminished, right? Which would be also the 2 of 6, right?
Yeah.
It all fits together. Okay, so let's see if we have a 7-3 at some point.
So lucky to be
Mute your microphone.
loving you. So be loving you. So loving you. So loving you.
What do you think, Angelo?
Yeah, I think it's correct. I think it's a.
What do you guys think? Miki, Kavi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna put a 7, right? And then a 3. Right? Okay, let's go back a little bit and figure out what happens in the first 2 bars.
So lucky to be loving you. I tell my lucky to be loving you. So lucky to be loving you. So lucky to be loving you.
What do you guys think?
I have an idea.
How about you, Kavi? Angelo?
Yeah, no, it is as well.
Angelo?
Sounds something familiar to me, but I'm not sure.
Okay. So I'll give you a hint. It's really, really, really simple.
It seems diatonic to me, totally diatonic.
How about let's talk about this. Where does it change? And if it does, where does it change?
I think just in bar 6.
Bar 6. What do you guys agree?
First, I
Yeah,
don't think it's
like
the
the
first
third
beat.
Excuse me?
I would,
I don't think it's the first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think we have delay.
Yeah, there's a little bit of delay. I don't know if you've tried playing music with people over over Zoom, but it's pretty funny. Like there's like a pretty huge delay. Okay, so you're saying not in the first beat.
On the third beat.
On the third beat. What do you think, Angela? Do you agree? Or do you want to hear it again?
Are we talking about the A section?
We're talking about the third beat of this bar. So they're saying that the one chord continues until beat 2 of the second bar, and then there's something changing on the third beat.
Yeah, you know, I can hear something changing even at the beginning of the bar 6, but probably something very simple.
I think it's just a piano voicing.
Okay.
I think the piano, so let's listen again. I think, let's listen again a few times and then we'll talk about what it is.
So lucky to be loving you. I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you.
All right, so what are you guys thinking? Why don't we go ahead and talk about it?
Yeah, that's a piano voicing. It seems to me that probably it sounded like a tree because probably the piano is using a ninth or something like that. But okay, that's almost the same. Yeah.
Where does it change? Are we all agreeing that it changes here?
Yeah.
Okay. What does it change to? Do you have an idea, Angela?
No.
You guys have some ideas? Why don't you guys go ahead and share what are you guys thinking, Miki, Kavi?
Yeah.
6. Okay. Let's listen again. Let's sing one. Go ahead, sing it. Okay. Let's sing down. Let's sing up the scale to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6.
Okay, keep that in your head. Let's see if that's what it is.
Lucky to be lucky to be loving you.
Here's another thing. If it is 6, then we're going to have a scale, an ascending tone here, right?
Yes.
Right? So let's listen to that.
Yeah.
If that happens, then we know we're right, okay? Let's listen to, I'm going to try to start it around here, and then we'll follow and see if we're right about it being a 6, okay?
I tell myself that I'm
you think?
I think I hear ascending scale.
Yeah, do you guys agree?
Can we listen it again? Because is the bass player just playing 6?
Well, first he plays. So what I was looping it. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get the exact same loop because I do this by hand on YouTube. But let's listen to it again.
To be loving, to be loving you, 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 to be.
I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, Angelo. 1,
Yeah.
7, 6, 7, 1, 7, 6, 1. No, 7. Yeah, 7, 6, 7. 1, 7, 6, 7.
Yeah.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to.
Go ahead.
Just wanted to hear it again because I was not sure if it's just playing the 6 or even the minor third, because in such case could even be a 1 which is longer and just playing something like 1/6 chord.
Okay.
It just was just detail, not so relevant.
I don't think this is actually, I'm guessing this is not actually in the part. I'm guessing this is just the bass player doing this. But we could think of this as a 6 minor 7, or we could think of it as a 1, 6 over 6, right? Those are 2 options here, okay? I'm guessing it's actually just 1 major for this whole time. And the bass player put that in there because he wanted to, okay? Speaking of 1 major 7, just let's listen to this really quick.
Myself so lucky to
Da, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
6.
7. The melody note is 7. So I know there's a major 7 chord, okay?
so lucky
7, 1, 7, 1. Okay, it's a major 7 chord. Okay, so now let's go to the second A section. Okay, I don't want to worry about the B just yet. Let's go to the second A section and figure out what's different here. Okay. Oops. Sorry, I went away from the. Let me stick with the page. Here we go.
myself so lucky
Here we are.
I only
A2.
know what I know. The passing years will show. You've kept my love so young, so new. And I only know what I know. The passing years will show. You've kept my love so young, so new. And
Okay, can you guys see? I'm not sure if I'm going off the page. Can you guys still see?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All All right, so let's talk about the first half. Is the first 4 bars, are they the same or are they different?
They're the same.
What do you guys think? You agree, disagree?
Yeah, I think they're the same. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're the same, but with some little changes, maybe bass player.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with Miki. I think the chords are the same. I think the bass player takes a few like little liberties here, but I think basically the chords are the same. So let's go ahead and copy those over. Okay. And then how about the second half of the B or the second half of the A? Is it the same or is it different? We said it's different at some point, right?
Yeah.
Ah, sorry, I thought we were talking about the first two. But okay.
No, we're listening to the second A section now. So this is an ABAC song. I don't know if I imagine you figured that out from my.
No. It's just like I thought you were talking about the first two bars of the A2.
No.
Because like, oh, so like okay. So what the bass player is doing in the last 2 bars of the top line are still, you wouldn't really consider those like kind of chord changes.
I wouldn't really know because I feel like it's all, we can
Yeah,
talk about this
okay.
more in detail, but I don't know. Were you there on Saturday when we talked about like we compared a bunch of different versions of My Shining Hour?
Yeah.
So what we talked about, one of the things we talked about there was the idea that if you take a song and you simplify it drastically, then if you have like kind of an area, for example, that's in 1, there's all these options of how you can kind of move around 1, right? So I think in a way, this whole A section, this part of the A section is just in 1. And then the bass player is choosing various options of how you can move around there. I think they have a general idea, which I think is this. I think the first line of the A1 is kind of like the bass line. And then I think the bass player takes a few like liberties, and we can talk about those in detail maybe in a second. Are you guys interested in that? Do you guys want to go through and figure out what the bass notes are and like exactly what the bass player is doing or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that interesting to all of you?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll take us that long. All right, so let's listen, let's do this. And now I'm gonna probably give you guys some answers just because otherwise we might spend a long time on it. But let's listen to the first half of the first A, okay? Let's listen to that bass note. We didn't decide whether it's a 1 or a 3, so let's now decide whether it's a 1 or 3.
After time,
Mute your mic. That's the first note of this bar. Is that what can you tell us what that is, Angelo?
Seems 1.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Everybody agree? Okay, so we're going to take away the 3 here. Okay. And if you notice, the bass player plays just before the 1, he plays like a flat 2, right?
Yeah.
So that's like one little thing. Even though the chord is a 5, he's playing a flat 2, which would be the sharp 11 of the 5. And it's also just like a nice like half step way to lead down to the 1. Okay. So let's keep going. I'm going to start. Here comes from the beginning. 1
time, after time,
flat 2, 1.
I tell myself
5, 1.
so lucky.
Okay. So the bass player basically plays exactly the brute notes only, except that he puts this little like flat 2 in here. Okay. But I don't think that's actually a substitution. That's just the bass player playing a bass line that he wants. Okay. All right. Now let's listen to the A2. Here comes A2.
I only know what I know.
He does exactly the same thing he did in A1, right? All right, now let's
Yeah.
listen to what he does.
what I know. The passing years will show.
Okay, so it's slightly different, right? How about, do we have a
Yeah.
1 or do we have a 3 here? You want to hear it again?
Uh,
The passing years will show what I know.
No. What is it?
It's a 1 in my opinion.
What do you guys think?
But the piano voice is confusing because probably the piano player is playing the 9th or the 1 chord.
Okay, I wasn't paying that much attention to piano voicing. Let's listen to it again.
Yeah, it seems like a
The past
No.
yeah, I think so.
what I know. The past
Yeah, he's definitely got a 9 in there. Yeah. Okay. So now let's listen to these 2 bars because these are the ones where I think the bass player just makes a little change. I don't think it's actually in the part, but let's listen to what that is. Listen to the bass.
the passing years will show. You've kept my love. Will show.
I
You've
gotta find the
kept
spot.
my the passing years
Here it is.
will show. The passing years 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 will show.
You guys know what he's doing, the bass player? Just don't think about the piano, just the bass. Dun, 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 dun. Who knows what that is?
I think so.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, you guys want to tell us what it is?
I think it's 3, 6, 2, 5, 1.
Okay, yeah, I think it's 3, 6, 2, 5. Then the 1 happens here, right? But it goes 1, 3, 6, 2, 5, right? But if you notice, a piano player doesn't really do anything that follows, like he doesn't put 2 chords in here, okay? So the bass is playing this, okay? Which would be a reasonable thing to put in before 2, right? We could definitely do this, right?
Yeah.
But it not only that, it also would be like the 3 compared to the, just a second. The 3, if you think about, like, let's think about this still being just a 6. What's the, like, let's think in C major, for example. What's the 6 in C major?
E minor,
A minor, right? And what
Okay.
is the 3 in C major?
E minor.
E minor, right? So if you play the E is the 5 of the 3. I'm sorry, the 3 is the 5 of 6, right?
Yeah,
It's like the
that's-
5th of 6. So I think what's happening here is the bass player is just deciding to put a little bit of extra movement in, and he happens to be on chord tones. But the actual chord is this one. Make sense?
Yeah,
But
totally.
at the same time, we're also really used to hearing 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 6, 2, you know, all these things. This is all like kind of like options for a turnaround, right? And you
Yeah.
could actually, because it's all diatonic, you could put this in here if you want. You could put like a 3 minor and then a 6 minor if you wanted. Just a second, I have to respond. I'm sorry, I have like a lunch appointment. There's some people keep calling me. Caterina. Ciao. Bene.
The phone call was going to go on the YouTube.
What are you working on, Mickey, right now? You're like in a practice room.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And Beethoven Sonata,
Which
Chopin
one?
Studies.
Oh yeah, the usual classical.
Yes, exactly. Very usual classical stuff.
What sonata?
I'm doing a Beethoven Pathetic Sonata,
Oh.
the C minor. Bum, ba-dum, da-dum, dum. Oh, my singing. Oh my God.
So your school's still open?
No, it's closed. And then I had to sort of rent this place because I didn't touch piano for 1 month and a half.
Hmm.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah. And then, yeah, my hands sound like a hammer.
You should get one of these, and then you can see what it sounds like to have a hand. It sounds like.
Can you
Okay.
like rent a piano?
Hmm?
You rent a piano?
No, this was help from association. I got it for free for until the school opens.
Ah, cool.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I have a friend in Florence that it's funny. We were talking about this the other day with a friend. He's an amazing piano player. Actually, you should check his stuff out if you don't know him. His name is Alessandro Lanzoni. But I guess he met somebody, like a
This is my
wealthy.
teacher.
What's that?
Piano.
What did you say?
So he taught. He was my
Oh, okay.
teacher.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know how he is as a teacher, but he's a great player. Anyway,
He's
he
really
like
fun teacher.
I imagine he is. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a smart man. But he he met somebody, like some wealthy woman, and she said, "Oh, you can just use my." He needed a place to put his piano. He has like a grand piano, and he needed a place to put it. And I guess he met some woman, and she was like, "Oh, well, why don't you use my like kind of historical apartment filled with frescoes in the center of Florence?" So he has like a huge like room, like an apartment. He has the keys to like this apartment that's probably worth millions of euros, and he has his piano there. So it's like, you know, normally people are like trying to find like a garage they can rent, and they have like blankets on the walls and stuff. And he's in like a. I saw some photos of it. It's unbelievable. It's like ceilings with angels and stuff like that. Anyway.
That's so lucky.
Yeah. Well, he's a pretty lucky guy. Okay. So anyway, that's my explanation for this. I think the bass players just decided to put a 3/6 in there. And again, you could do that. If you wanted to, you could write that in the part, and it would probably sound fine. But that's the kind of thing that like a smart bass player, it's so slow, right? And he's just playing roots most of the time. So he takes a few liberties and does this. And he's going to do that at later points in the song as well. So keep that in mind as we're transcribing. I think the bass player is taking a few liberties, but he's not doing anything strange. What he's doing is maybe sometimes he won't put the actual root of the chord on one. Sometimes he'll put something else on one, but then the root of the chord will come at some point, okay? So again, that's like one thing that we should be aware of, is that they do have some freedom. And that's one of the ways they keep things interesting. Because if you have to play, especially like a long, like a ballad or something like that, if you play exactly just the roots every time, it's probably gonna get pretty boring for you as a player and also for the listeners. So what they'll do sometimes is they'll decide to put a different note on like the one, you know, but then they'll usually give you the one at some point. So, and then the other option to think about here is also the fact that 3 is a substitute for 1 and 6 is also a substitute for 1, right? And this is also like, this is like a turnaround, right? So that's one of the things that helps, that I was thinking about here in the first A section. When we get to 6, sometimes I think, all right, I recognize that da 1 6, and I think like I'll actually think to myself, where's the 2 2 5, right? I think about these things to myself as well as we're playing. So okay, let's go ahead and finish the A2.
I only know what I know. The passing years will show. You've kept my love so young, so new. passing years will show. You've kept my love so young, so new.
Just to give you guys, has anybody figured out the second half here yet? Don't say what it is, but just tell me if you figured it out.
I think so.
Yeah?
I have an idea.
Okay. All right. So one of the things I want you guys to do is this here. Don't pay attention to that note because it's exactly what I was talking about up here. Pay attention to this note. Okay? That may, I'm not sure if that'll help you or not. Okay? All right, let's listen to it a few more times.
You've kept my love so young, so new. And you've kept my love so young, so new. You've kept my love so young, so new. You've kept my love so young, so new.
Let's talk about it. Did this help you at all?
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It sounds like everybody's pretty comfortable. You got it figured out? Is that yes? Your silence means yes, or
Yeah.
your silence means no? Okay. Kavi's looking at like angry.
What do you mean?
Grumpy face,
Stop
Kavi.
picking on my face.
Okay. Did
I don't know. Like, okay, I looked at what was in the at the beginning of the bar. I didn't look at the note you were telling me.
You didn't look at this note.
No.
Okay. Do you want to listen to it once or twice more, or you feel kind of like stuck?
No, you could just play it one more time.
Okay.
You've kept my love so young, so new. And my love, you've kept my love so young, so new.
Okay, let's talk about it. Did that help at all, Kavi?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm guessing you guys all have some kind of theory, so why don't we go ahead and do it? What do you think? First of all, what does this bar start with?
It's one for me.
Everybody agree?
Yeah.
I agree. Okay, and then let's just go in order. What's like next?
5.
Yeah.
5, everybody agree?
I agree.
Where's the 5?
Third beat.
Yeah.
Beat 3? Okay, how about here?
Also.
Also, okay. And then how about here, even though the bass player plays a different note?
1
3.
again. 3, 1. Yeah.
Yeah, like
3,
3-1?
1. Yeah.
You guys agree?
3-1 in what sense?
Like I think what's so as I said, just like what the bass player did here.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it's actually this. Okay,
Okay.
but he plays the third instead of the
But it's,
one. Okay, he plays a different bass note. Okay, and then we have this nice like that way he creates a little bit of movement, and then we have a one, which was out. So this is like, and what about qualities here? This is like a spot where the qualities get important. This is something we've talked about a lot in like recent sessions as well. It's a one major, right?
Yeah, the first one. Yeah.
Okay, how about the five? What quality is the five?
It didn't seem dominant to me.
think
I don't know.
minor.
Minor. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Let's think about this. Let's move ahead. Do you guys know what's happening in these two bars?
Yeah.
How about Kavi and Angelo? Do you guys have
No.
an idea? No?
Yeah.
Do you know,
No,
Kavi?
because I had a completely different idea about the bar 6, so
You
that
did.
confused me all the rest. So
Okay, can you tell me what your idea was? Because maybe it'd be interesting to talk about it.
no, it's totally wrong because I think it was moving to 7,
I
but
thought I was moving to 7. Okay.
yeah.
No, I wasn't. I'm trying to think because sometimes when I hear like people's wrong ideas, then sometimes it's like, okay, the reason you thought that was this. I'm not sure what the reason is that you thought that though. I'm not sure if I have an explanation for that right now. So, but they're right. Kavi and Miki are right. This is 1, 1, 5, 5, 1. Okay, but the bass player plays 5, 3, 1. But that's just like playing the third and then the root of the 5 chord. Okay, so that's what's happening here. Okay, now that you know what these bars are, Angelo, let's listen to it another few times just to give you a chance to see if you can figure out these 2 chords. Okay.
Okay.
You've kept my love so young, so new. You've kept my love so young, so new. You've kept my love so young, so young, so young, so young, so young, so young, so young. So young, so young, so young, so young, so young.
Here's the bass notes. Da 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 da. Angelo, what's that interval? Da da.
It's a 4th.
Okay, so what is this?
So it's 4.
What do you guys think, Miki and Kavi?
Yeah.
Kavi?
Yeah.
It's the famous modulation.
The famous modulation, right? The one chord, when the one chord becomes dominant, that means we're going to the 4. And in the case of a major song, it's almost always going to be a 4 major 7. Okay. And then working backwards, we expect that the 2 chord of 4 to be a minor, right? And I think what's happening here, I think is 1/5. I don't think it's actually a 5 minor yet. It sounds to me like the piano does like a voicing that makes it clearly minor in this bar. Okay.
Okay.
Let's just listen to that again to make sure. And then how about after the 4? Do you guys know what happens after the 4?
I think so.
Yeah. How about you, Kavi?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, listen once through for Angelo to give you a chance to see if you can figure out what happens after the 4. Okay. And then we'll start to work on the B and the C.
You've kept my
Hear that the piano doesn't play anything new? Here, he plays something new.
so young, so
I'm just gonna loop those 2 bars a few times.
so young,
Here's
so
4. What do you think, Angela? Did you get it?
Yeah,
Okay, you want to tell us what it is?
I think it's going to 4 minor 7.
Okay, what do you guys think? Kavi, Miki?
Oh, I got something different from that.
You want to tell us what you got?
I got like 7.
7? What do you get, Mickey?
I got flat 7.
Oh yeah, flat 7.
Yeah,
That's like a perfect
that's a,
chord.
I hear a 4 minor, then flat 7 resolving as a backdoor dominant. Then
Right, okay. So
I think
hear
it's triton substitution. Oh, no.
I hear like da, da,
No, but I
like
don't
a
know.
4. It's a perfect 4.
are you saying that you listen to a flat 7 dominant, correct? Yeah, we're basically saying the same thing. Because I listen to
okay.
4 minor, flat 7.
Right, okay. So that's definitely like, definitely hear this. I don't hear the 4 minor, Angelo.
Okay.
But it would be reasonable. It's certainly possible they could do that. Da 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 da. Right? They could make it in a 4 minor, but I don't hear that happening. So let's listen again just to make sure that whether or not.
Probably just me that I expected. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You gotta our expectations are really important because they'll help us find stuff, but you also always have to check them to make sure you're right. Oops.
Kept my love so young.
Here's 4 major. No. Right away, there's a flat 7, right? No, in the bass. You hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay, so here, let's just kind of keep going here. You said backdoor dominant, right?
Yeah, seems to me.
No, right, that's flat 7. So we're hearing the next bass note's going to be 1, flat 7, 1. Let's listen to that. Da, da. Flat 7. Is that a 1? I'm just going to play it a few times. Don't answer. Just listen to the bass notes and see if it moves up. If it's going to 1, then we're going to hear the bass move up by 1 step. Okay? Let's figure it out if the bass moves up by a step or not. Do you hear it move by step?
I don't.
Let's go ahead. Everybody kind of chime in here. Do you hear it moving by step or no?
I just heard you playing one chord, like just one. I didn't hear like the chord that came before.
Okay, let me make a bigger loop. Flat 7.
down by like a fourth.
What do you think, Angelo?
Well, I'm not entirely sure that it reminds me the sound of a backdoor dominant resolution.
It definitely reminds me of that sound too.
But I'm not sure if it's one or some kind of very similar chords like the 3 or the 6. I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
It reminds me of that sound.
Okay. What do you guys think? Anybody have an idea? Like we can like resolve.
I have an idea.
Go ahead, Miki. What's your idea?
3.
What do you think, Kavi?
I keep on. I don't know. I just keep on hearing like it going down by like a perfect fourth. I don't know.
Okay.
Why.
Well, let's think about this. Angelo is talking about a backdoor dominant, right? Which that would be like flat 7 dominant resolving to 1, right? And Miki said it's a 3, and you said it's a perfect fourth, Kavi. Okay.
I know. I get the logic, but my ears are hearing a perfect fourth. I don't know why.
Okay, let's think. Where's 1? Sing 1. Good.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, Angelo. 1. Okay, let's sing 3. Let's sing up to 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Yeah. Good. 3.
You're on fire.
Wow. Yeah. You're on a roll, Angelo. Awesome. All right. Let's listen again. So let's see if this is a 3.
So young, so new, so will show.
1.
You've kept my love
5. 1.
so young, so new.
Flat 7. That's the bass note. 3, 2, 1.
3.
Right? 3.
Yes.
Okay. So Kavi, and that happens to me too, actually. It does happen to me that I'll make a mistake and think a tritone interval is a fourth. But partially the way I resolve that is just by thinking logically. So if this were actually a fourth, then I would be in flat 3, right? And flat 3 would be a pretty surprising. It would be a very different sound, But we're diatonic here, because of the fact that this sounds like to me like a backdoor dominant. Then it's a very natural for me to assume that this could be a 3.
Oh no, I meant a fourth down.
A fourth down.
But I got no, because I was hearing like a 4 instead of a 3, like.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I did it in a way that is a bit different.
Go ahead. Tell us about it.
I changed the flat 7 to the normal 7, and it worked perfectly. So it must be the normal.
Okay. Let's see. Da 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 da. 4 da 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 da. Wow, that's interesting. That's super different from what I would do, but that's like an interesting. So does everybody understand that? She pretended this was a half step up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I think that might be partially from your classical background, Miki, because we're so used to hearing backdoor dominance that for us, it's I think for most of us that know what that is, it's a pretty logical step to transfer from a backdoor dominant to a 3 minor. And this is something you'll see all over the place, actually. This interval here, that's a useful one to know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, flat 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. 4, flat 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. And Mika's thinking 4, 7, 3, 3, 4, 7, 3, 6, 2. I can't even do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. 4, 7, 4, 7, 4, 7, 4, 7. Right?
I think
Yeah,
that's 3. No, 4. Yeah. Da
One,
da 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 da. Yeah, exactly.
da,
It's just a
da,
circle of
or
being
da,
close.
da, 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 da. That's 4, flat 7, floor 7, right?
Yeah.
So that's what Mickey was doing. She was doing 4, flat 7, 4, 7, 3, right? 7, 3. That's the 5, 1 of 3, right?
Yeah, basically because I have we call it diatonic circle of fifth, and I
Right?
have the sound in my head, so I can
Right.
go 1, 4, 7, 6, and then I pick up the difference. It was
Okay.
flat. So
Just a second. I have to, these people are driving me nuts. Just a second. Excuse me. Elena. Sì, sì. Sì, io ho detto tipo a lei fra un'oretta sarò pronto. Sì, va bene? Ok, voi andate, io vi raggiungo, mandatemi un messaggio dicendomi dove, ok? Ok, a dopo, ciao. Scusate. Sorry guys. I have like a lunch meeting with some friends, and there's this one of my friends is leaving tomorrow for like a long time, and we just won't be able to come back, so we're trying to figure out how to meet. Okay. So
Wait,
yeah, that's
you're allowed to like leave now.
I'm not allowed to leave the, well, she has work reasons. So she has to go back to work.
Uh-huh.
So she's going back to Milan
Uh-huh.
because she has a contract starting. So, but we're not allowed to leave regions as far as I know, unless you have work reasons. So,
Yeah.
really.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good. Actually, Miki, do you want to give us like a quick, like, how do you practice singing this cycle of the diatonic circle of fourths?
Yeah, I do it on piano. I try to do the sequence with seventh. Yeah, also with jazz voicings that they
1,
gave me instead of doing
4, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5. No, I
Yeah.
can't do it. Can you do it? Can you sing it? 1. This is our 1, right? 1.
1, 4, 7, 6. 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1.
Okay.
And then I go like
1.
5 up. Like 1, 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. And I
Okay.
go around 12 keys.
Right. Okay. That's great. That'd be like a great exercise for all of us to get good at. So for example, a lot of the stuff actually, if you go through and look through like almost all the stuff we transcribed, as long as it's diatonic, it's almost always within that diatonic cycle of fourths. Okay. So I think knowing how to move around that and sing it would be like a great exercise if you're having a hard time with like kind of figuring out how things tie together. Okay. Let's move ahead because we don't have all day here. Okay, let's go on. Let's move on. Let's finish the song. Okay, we'll start here at C and we'll move on. We'll like move on from there. Okay, I'm gonna just play C a few times.
So young, so new, and time after time, you hear me say that I'm so new, and time after time, you hear me say that I'm so new. And time after time, you hear me say that I'm so new. And time
Okay, how you guys doing? Did you figure out this row yet? Or do you want to like focus in on like maybe some smaller portions of it? I want to let everybody hear the whole thing a few times. And now if we want, we can focus on smaller portions. Did anybody think they have it?
Yeah, I think so.
More or less.
Okay.
Not entirely. Can we listen to the entire C section?
Yeah.
Just
that's
want
fine.
just want a confirmation about what I think
Okay.
about.
Yeah, we could also try to work backwards from the end of the C section. That might make things easier too. We'll listen to the whole C section, then we can try to listen maybe to the last section too. I think we'll be able to figure out the last half of the C section pretty easily, and that way maybe we can work backwards.
So lucky and time after time you hear me say that I'm so lucky to be you hear me say that I'm so lucky to be
Okay, so that was, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you had figured out the last 4 bars of the C section.
I think I have.
Yeah?
Oh.
How you
Yeah,
guys
I think-
doing, Angela? Yeah, everybody everybody have it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Let's see, what is it?
It's basically, I would say, exactly the same thing as the first line.
As the first line of the song?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I kind of see like as 3. It starts with a 3, so 3, 6, 2, 5 instead of 1, 6, 2, 5. Like in the
Yeah,
first-
yeah, it could be 3 instead of 1, but basically the
first 2
sound is
bars.
the
Okay.
same.
Miki?
I think, yeah, 3, 6, 2, 5.
Okay, I think so too. And qualities, or do you want to like not talk about those now? How about the quality, the 2/5? Is that is there anything strange about the 2/5? We can at least get that probably.
I don't think so.
Normal 2/5, like a minor 2/5, like minor 2, I mean, and then a 5 dominant. What do you guys think? Agree, disagree?
I'm sure about the last 2/5, which seems to me a classical one. I
Okay.
don't know if there's some detail about that at bar 6.
This one here, like this.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. And we can not necessarily worry about these maybe now. How about, what about the very end of the A? What do we have? The last bar. Anybody notice?
1,
A 2/5.
5.
2/5, right?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a 2/5. Here, let's listen to that again.
so lucky to be loved.
1, 2, 5, 1. It's a 2/5. Okay, so now let's figure out what happens here in the middle of the C section. And as I understand it, maybe a couple of you think that you have it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
listen again. This is maybe the most unusual part of the song. It's not really that weird, but it's like not such like a classical, like commonly used progression.
What is Mickey saying? She like, has to go into.
So I have to go on bike for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Did you have like a timer that
So I'm
like
going
you
to
have
mute
to, like,
myself.
do you have one of those like timers that like you have to exercise for like 10 minutes like on
No,
the dot
I
or
have to go
something?
back home because
I was
somebody's
wondering.
cooking.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna do without her help for now.
love. So young, so new.
Flat 7.
And
Let's figure that interval out. Okay, just the first bar of C. Okay. This is flat 7. Can I sing the bass notes? Pay attention to the bass. What interval is that?
Sorry?
What interval is the bass playing? Nope. The first note is right. That's the 3.
Third.
That's 3.
Minor third.
5.
Minor third.
Yeah, it's a minor third. You got that, Angelo?
Yeah.
Da, da. Okay.
Mm.
So if we're moving up a minor third from the 3, what are we going to be on?
On the 5th.
Let's keep listening.
so new.
This is 4, flat 7. 3. So this interval. What interval is that? What is that?
It's descending second, major.
Major second? What do you think, Kavi?
That's a half step.
Da, da, da. I think Kavi's right. It is a second, but it's a minor.
Yeah, sorry.
Da,
Minor second.
da.
Yeah, minor second.
Right,
Yeah.
that would be a whole step. Da, da.
Yeah. Correct.
When I think of when I have to figure out the difference between these, I try to figure out if the bottom note could be a leading tone for the top note. So da 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 da. Right? If it has this kind of tendency to resolve up.
I think the beginning of Stella.
Okay, yeah, that's
All the
fine too.
time.
The song the robin sings. Da da.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
so
is.
then what we have here?
Flat 5.
Yeah, okay, flat 5 or sharp 4. I'll write flat 5. Okay, let's listen now. The next. What do you think?
Doing the same thing as before.
What do you think, Kavi?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So 4, right?
It's a 4, yeah.
Let's keep going. How about here?
I think it's descending again, but this time second major.
What do you think, Kavi?
I just think it goes to the 3 and does the same thing it did in the first 2 bars.
Kavi thinks it's going back to the 3. So you hear it?
Sorry, yeah, it goes to 3.
Okay. So you agree with Kavi?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking
agree.
of 3 and okay.
I agree with Kavi as well. Okay. So that's, again, like part of this, there's like various strategies here, right? One of them is to say, okay, figure out each interval. So if we move from 3 up by a minor third, then we're in 5. And then if we move from 5 down by a minor second, we're at flat 5. And then down by a minor second, we're at 4. And down by a minor second, we're at 3 again, right? Another option is to keep in mind, where's the 1? 1. And then just think about, like when you can find like an interval that you recognize. 3. And we're at 3 again. So you notice that we're at 3 again. Then you figure out how to fill in the gaps, right?
Okay.
So yeah, I agree. It's a 3 here again. All right, let's listen from this bar to like here, okay? And see if we can figure out what happens, okay? If it's the same or if it's different.
After time, you hear me say that you hear me, you hear me, you hear me, you hear me.
What do you guys think?
Sorry, it goes to like the 6 now.
What do you think, Angelo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
It goes down again.
Okay, let's listen from here to here.
You hear me say that I'm so lucky. You hear me say that you hear me say that so you hear me say that you hear me say that so
What are you thinking?
I can hear a kind of workaround resulting to the 3 at the beginning of bar 5.
Mm-hmm.
So there would be a 2-5 of 3 there.
Okay, what do you think, Kavi?
I feel like it goes like it goes down like a third and then it goes down a semitone.
It goes down. Where does it go down a third?
After the 6, then it goes down a semitone.
So there's like a semitone interval here.
Yeah, like so it goes like back to the other chord there.
So you're saying it repeats this bar.
Yeah. That's what I
Okay.
hear.
Let's listen to the whole C section and see if this bar and this bar are the same, or see if there's a 2-5 of 3. What would a 2-5 of 3 be?
It would be, a sharp 4 and then a 6.
Not a 6. 6 is a third away from 3. You need some
7 flat no 5. 7.
yeah,
7, no.
7. Sharp 4, 7. You got it,
Yeah.
Angela?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's listen again. We're going to listen to the whole C section. I want you guys to figure out if this bar repeats here, and if it like, let's say, what is the tritone substitution for 4?
It's 7.
7, right? Okay. So it could be that there's like a tritone substitution happening here, and then there's not one happening here. Or it could be that there is one happening here as well, okay?
Okay.
and time after time, you hear me say that I'm so lucky.
What do you think?
I think it's the same as before.
You think it's the same as here? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I agree. Now, I don't want to worry about the qualities here. I want to go back and figure out the B section so we can at least get all the roots together before we have to leave. Okay?
Okay.
Aw.
Loving you. So lucky to be the one you run to see in the evening when the day is through.
All right, so let's think about what happens before A2. Let's start at the end. That should be pretty easy.
Yeah, it seems to me just a 2-5 there.
What do you think, Kavi?
Yeah, and like it also does like those the same like trope like in the first like two bars in the bottom line it does like the same goes up by semitone and does like the diminished chord and like the diminished like thing with the 2-5 and then like the last two bars is just like 2 and then 5.
Okay, so you're saying here we have a 2 and here we have a 5?
Yeah.
What do you think, Angela? You want to hear it again or you agree?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. I would have said that 2-5 is the last bar.
All right, let's listen to the B section again.
Yeah.
In the evening when so lucky to be the one you run to see in the evening when the day is through. I only know.
Let's figure out the last, where's the 2-5 at the end? Is the last bar or the last 2 bars?
What I hear is that it's the 5-1, the 2-5 is in the last bar.
Okay, let's listen again. Let's listen to the bass notes.
When the day is through,
That's the last bar. Listen to the
I
bass notes. Is the bass note playing a 2 and 5 or is it just playing 5?
hear me say that
Sorry.
when the day is through, I
Yeah, Kavi's right.
Okay. Okay. Now let's start again from the beginning. Okay, the beginning of the B section.
on you so lucky to be
Here comes the B. 6.
So lucky to be.
Here's this again. 6.
So lucky to be.
Here comes 6.
So lucky to be. So lucky to be. So lucky to be.
What do you guys hear?
I hear a turnaround moving back to 6.
Okay, Kavi?
I hear like I just hear like it going down chromatically. Ba, and then it goes up by 4.
Okay, let's listen again. You're both wrong.
Okay.
So lucky to be.
Wait, yeah, I think it changed my mind.
You want to tell us your new mind?
It's like goes 6, 5, 4, 7. No?
Kind of. Almost. You want to try again?
6, 5, 4. Okay.
What's this interval? Da da. You sang 6, 5, da da da. What is that?
6,
Ma.
5. Oh, sorry. Like it's a semitone. I don't know. I was still thinking of 5, 4, 3, but it's 6, 5, 5 flat.
Flat 5.
No. Flat. Yeah, flat 5. Then
Da,
7.
da,
5, 7.
da. Okay. 6, 5, sharp 4, 7.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's listen again.
So lucky to be the one you run.
Okay. How about here? What is it? Did you guys figure out what happens afterwards? These 2 bars? I'll play it for you again.
So lucky to be the one you run to see. So lucky to be the one you run to see.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think I got it. It just like repeats, no?
What do you think, Angelo?
Yeah, probably.
And then here, do you guys know what this is?
Yeah.
Angelo?
Not entirely sure.
Okay. Let's listen to it and see if you hear like some kind of if you can figure out what happens after the 7 chord here, okay?
Be loving you. So lucky to be the one you run to see, the one you run.
want to do something that may help a little bit. Without changing any notes, I'm going to make this into a sharp 4. Okay, which is the same as flat 5. But maybe it'll make it a little bit clearer what's happening.
The one you run to see. The one you run to see. The one you run to see. The one you run to see.
What do you think? Sharp 4, 7.
Like,
What do you think,
I
Kavi?
mean, it was like, it was the same as well as the last 2 bars in A, but then, I mean, it's the same movement from the 7 to the 3. From the 7. No?
I mean,
7 to 3.
7, 3. So you think there's a 3 here? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What do you think, Angelo? Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, it seems reasonable, even considering that I think that at the beginning of bar 5, there's a 6 minor again.
Okay, I'm gonna write 3 here for now. You think there's a 6 minor here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. What do you think, Kavi?
I don't think I got that, but when I listen again.
Okay, let's listen again and we'll see if there's a 3 here, okay? That would be a logical thing because the sharp 4, if we're, this is like a substitute for the major 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
3, if this were a minor, it'd also be a substitute for the major 1, okay? So that would be going like to the, like kind of the 2 most common relative minors of a major key, okay?
So lucky to be the one you run to see in the evening.
What do you guys think? Is this a 3?
Yeah, it's a 3. But
You agree, Angelo?
I think so.
Okay, how about after the, do you guys think there's a 6 here?
no, I don't.
Probably not.
Okay. Do you think you know what it is, Kavi?
Yeah,
What do you think it is?
is it a 2?
Yes, it's a 2. Sorry, I'm gonna have to kind of move things along because otherwise we're not gonna get through this before I have to go.
See, so lucky to be
Sharp 4,
the
7,
one you run
3,
to see, one you run to see in the
what is that? You guys know what it is?
I think that's the dominant resolved into 2.
Okay, so what would the dominant that resolves the 2 be?
6.
What do you think, Kavi?
Yeah.
I agree. All right, let's listen to the last, this is like the last little hole that we're not sure what it is yet.
the one you run to see in the evening when the day the one you run to see in when the day is through in the evening, when the day in the evening, when the day in the evening, when the day is
What do
through.
you guys think?
Yeah. I don't know. I was saying that diminished thing before. It's not that. It's like it goes to a 4, like 2, 4. Oh, we're talking about the next chord in the bar. Yeah.
You're saying here's a
And
4.
then, yeah. Dun, dun. Like it's a minor third,
2,
no?
4. I agree.
Mm.
Okay. Then what do we have here?
A 3.
Okay. 3.
And then
Probably too dominant.
7. A 7. 7, huh?
3,
3, 7.
I think
Oh,
it's
sorry.
No. 2, 3, 4. It's not a, is it not a,
7.
yeah, it's not 7.
7, 7, 7.
See in the evening,
4, 3.
when the day is through in the evening,
3,
when the day
7.
Uh,
3,
when
2,
the
1,
day
7, 7. Is it 7?
I have another idea.
What would you expect between a 3 and a 2?
Well, I would expect a 6,
A 6.
but it seems to me that the bass player is playing the same note. So I would say that I would have another option, which is a 2 dominant.
A 2 dominant here?
Yeah,
Actually,
but
I
I'm
think
not
it's a 6. Like, yeah.
Kavi's
Not sure.
correcting her
Six.
opinion. Kavi and Miki are thinking it's a 6.
Yeah, I would expect a 6, but
Okay.
I don't know. I have this decision that I have the feeling that the bass player is playing the 2 there, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, let's listen again.
in the evening, when the day
Here's 2. 2, 2. Let's listen to the bass note. 2,
in the
2, 4, 2,
3,
when the
2, 2.
when the day is through,
3.
So just listen. I want you to listen. He's definitely playing a 2 here. So let's listen to see if he's playing the same note here or not. Okay.
in the evening, when the day
What do you think, Angelo?
I don't know. It seems to me the same note, but I could be wrong.
when the day when the day
Yeah, I'm wrong. Okay.
Okay. It's a 6.
Yeah, that's 6.
Okay. I'm afraid that I don't have time to go through and do all the chord qualities with you guys, but I think this would be a great opportunity for you to try to figure those out on your own. Okay.
Okay.
I basically didn't write any of them in. Yeah, Angelo, you need to transcribe some bass lines. That's going to make things a lot better for you.
Yeah,
I think
so.
because I think you get confused because you're listening to all like you're listening to the melody, you're listening to the piano voicing. When we actually focus, I've noticed this, like this might be helpful for you. I've noticed that we actually, when I sit there and we repeat like 2 notes together, like 2 chords, like we'll maybe repeat 1 bar. If I loop it, then you usually get it right. But you're not very good at isolating those and just paying attention to the bass notes. So I think you need to like spend some time transcribing bass lines. I think that'd be a great
Okay.
exercise for you.
We'll
Okay?
do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thanks everybody.
Thanks, you.
Yeah, this is a very intimate one. So I don't know if we'll do it again. I don't know if we'll do it again at this time. Maybe at some time in the future, but I think I'll probably go back to doing the afternoon meetings. It seems like we get more people. So
Okay.
okay, thanks everybody.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.